This is the Arduino midterm. Power comes in from the breadboard, or from the Arduino to the breadboard, with ground going to the right or the left pin. Signal coming from the middle to A0, and positive coming from the power rail to the right of the temperature sensor. We have a wire going from digital pin number 12 to the positive of the Arduino, or of the LED, and a 220 ohm resistor going to ground. Now, if I heat up the temperature sensor with my fingers, the LED comes on. As you can see, it is on. And if I cool it down, sorry for the blowing noise, it goes out. Let me do that again. On. Off. Objective number 2 for the midterm. I have a bag of ice and hand warmer so that my hands don't get too cold, so that I can heat it up with my fingers. Only difference from objective 1 is now there's an RGB LED with 3 wires that go to pins 11, 12, and 13, and a button for the readout on the serial monitor on the computer. So if I get some ice, and I had to put it in a bag because it was getting my breadboard wet and causing it to short out. So if I hold the ice there, let me check the readout. We're almost there. 52, 51, and we should be below now. So with the readout, we're at, focus, 45 degrees with the ice. That's with me holding this button down. If I don't hold the button, there's no readout. If I push it, then it goes. Now if I remove the ice and blow on it, it's back. Put the ice back on. And remove. And it goes back up. And now if I heat it up with my fingers, you'll notice the color change. Oh, what are we at? Oh, we're almost there. Come on. We turn red. And that should be... Yes, that is red. So, it's red. Back to yellow. Back to red. This is my serial port, as you saw in the last video. But if I push the button, you should be able to hear it click. If I push the button, it advances. If I let go of the button, it does nothing. Here is my code. So up here is where all of my things are determined or declared. My pins are then set to outputs, and I have an input pull-up. This is where my button is told that it reads from pin 2, or that this definition goes and says that pin 2 then is used for to read it from pin 2. This determines all of the these variables, and for them to have decimal points because it's a float. Here's the math. So then this is for Celsius, this is for Fahrenheit, and this is just multiplication for the temperature, or for the voltage of the temperature pin. And then this is my different things. So if the Fahrenheit is below 50, it goes and it'll display cyan, so a bluish green. If it's between it has to be above 50 but below 80, it displays yellow. And if it's above 80, it shows red. And this is for if my button is low, but then it displays all this stuff on the serial port.